Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm live here today with you to talk about unstoppable women who are struggling alone. I was one of those women, and I have clients today that I work with that are those women. Unstoppable. What do I mean by unstoppable? Unstoppable is really the women who it doesn't matter how many times they fall flat on their face, that things happen in their life, that they struggle, they are still getting up and they are pursuing. They're in search of their extraordinary life, whatever that looks like. For some, it's discovering what that could be, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times they fail or have experienced something that takes them to the next step. They are unstoppable. These are the women that I love to work with. I myself was an unstoppable woman and still am. It didn't matter. I remember working with my coach years ago that I was always told it doesn't matter how many times you fail at something, Lillian, you always get up and you start over. And that was just something that um, really caught their attention. All my coaches that I worked with really caught their attention about how persistent I was. I wasn't going to let go until I got it right, or I got it the way I wanted, or I got what I wanted for that matter. So I'm reaching out to you guys out there and saying, women, I know that many of you are unstoppable, but you're also tired. You're also tired because you might be conforming to societal norms that don't align with your values. That's a big one. And as a matter of fact, I have one of my clients, Sarah, who is going to be co-leading a series with me, a 6-week series starting June 14th until July 19th on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where we will be sharing our stories. We'll be sharing societal norms that get in the way. We'll be talking to women to find out their stories, what their struggles are, what their struggles maybe were, and how they overcame them. We're really, really looking forward to sharing that. And she was actually she is the ideal client in my eyes, because she's that woman who just kept getting up and it didn't matter. And she's that person who, it doesn't matter that she didn't fit into what women should be or should look like or should, how they live their values. She broke all the societal norms that she could and is living her best life today. So you're going to get a chance to meet Sarah, and I'm really excited about that. But the thing is, really, the struggling alone piece is that we as women, the more I, talk with women over 20 plus years of coaching them, having worked with nurses, especially, and leaders in healthcare and other organizations, I've come to realize that we as women, it's like we want to get everything right before we show up and start getting some help, which is it's not the way it works. It's like cleaning your house before the housekeeper comes. How many of you have done that? Guilty, right? So now it's about learning how to be able to ask for help, how to help others, how to be okay with being vulnerable, as what's her name? Brene Brown says, right? It's about being okay with being vulnerable and saying, hey, I'm the same. I've worked with leaders. I see these managers, they're all working individually in their own offices and they're in their own world. And they think that they are alone struggling. While meanwhile, all these managers are all struggling on their own. Now, when I bring them together in these leadership circles where they can share their struggles and learn together and get out of these struggles, there's such a growth on a personal level, on a professional level. And as women, as individuals, as a certain gender, we come out much stronger. We know that women need women. And this is the key. So, are you unstoppable? Are you struggling alone? I actually really want you to reach out to me. I'm going to give you a link here. Reach out to me. Let's have a chat together. Let me give you some ideas of maybe where you can get some support in your community, in your workplace, from friends. And sometimes friends and families are not always the best, but sometimes they are. So we'll talk together and figure out what's the best way to get your support. Okay, we're here with you, but don't miss out on watching the channel here to see when our series is starting June 14th with my client Sarah, and we promise you it's going to be full of information, full of interesting questions, some deep learning together, and hey, why don't we have some laughs at the same time? All right, so looking forward to seeing you guys, and don't stop being unstoppable. just ask for help. All right. We'll talk to you soon.